Republican side, on the House side especially. We've heard Mitch McConnell come out a couple of times, even though he killed the 1-6 commission. We've heard him come out being very clear about the debt of gratitude that we owe for the Capitol Hill cops and the D.C. Metro Police. But we haven't heard it from many other Republicans, have we? I mean, first of all, how widespread is this conspiracy theory that it was just another day at the Capitol? Or, Ron Johnson, of course, tells a different lie every day, whips up another conspiracy theory every day. I'm curious, so how are more Republicans coming out being supportive of these Capitol Hill cops, these police officers?
Well, we'll see. This news of these two suicides, truly heartbreaking and tragic, just came out late yesterday. So we'll see if others in Congress react to it. The House is home for recess. The Senate still here in session. But we should underscore two things. As you said, it was Mitch McConnell and other Republican senators who killed the bipartisan January 6th commission. We also know that it took until the 11th hour for Congress to put together funding to keep the U.S. Capitol Police going, that they were running out of money. And it took an emergency deal to keep that money going so they could keep protecting the Capitol, even after, of course, what happened 6.5 months ago on that tragic day. The conspiracy theories and those attempts to downplay what happened on January 6th, it's a little more prevalent on the House side than the Senate. Ron Johnson, you named him. He's the guiltiest defender, certainly on the Senate side, saying, as we have talked about here on the show previously, that he'd have been far more afraid had they been Black Lives Matter protesters as opposed to a mob of rioters carrying Trump flags. And others, certainly Senator Ted Cruz and others have voiced some support. And let's remember, still voted to to not certify Joe Biden's election. Hawley, Cruz, they're the ones who that day still acted in allegiance with those who stormed the Capitol. But they've been quieter in terms of supporting them since. It's on the House. We've heard from a number of Republican congressmen who have downplayed that day, suggesting it was just like tourists gathering, saying that it's been overblown, suggesting these were patriotic Americans using their First Amendment right to express themselves. And they're saying that totally out of line with the facts and the tragic facts that we're seeing, and frankly, as the death toll continues to rise, as this nation is going to be grappling with the aftermath of that day for months and years to come.
And look at those Trump signs everywhere. And Donald Trump trying to deny that this wasn't his riot, that this wasn't his insurrection, when in fact he was cheering it on from the White House, according to Republican senators, and of course called up Kevin McCarthy. And McCarthy begged him to shut it down, and he told McCarthy it wasn't his people. While he was cheering them on, McCarthy shouted at him and swore at him and called him a liar, and he said, "How stupid do you think we are?" Everybody knows. Look at all the Trump signs. These were all Donald Trump supporters in there. And right now, Mika, let's be clear about it. Republicans, they have a choice to make, and it's a very simple choice. You can either be on the side of American terrorists, that's what the cops call them, that were getting brutalized with American flags. You can either be on the side of American terrorists, or you can be on the side of law enforcement officers, of police officers. It's that simple. Terrorists or cops. Pick a side. And if you decide that you do want to support law enforcement officers, if you do want to protect those who have protected you every day inside the United States Capitol, if you were a Republican, could you please offer your support publicly for law enforcement officers today in the Capitol, in the D.C. Metro Force? Please let them know how much you appreciate what they do for you every day, and specifically what they did to save your life on January the 6th. Because right now, they obviously aren't feeling that. They're hearing a lot of Republicans undermine them and attack them and claim that they're actors and claim that this was just another day on the Hill. And so when Republicans come out and say that, or when carnival barkers come out and say that, and you say nothing as a Republican member of Congress, you're sort of endorsing that.
Yeah.
All right? You don't hear me saying silence is violence or whatever that saying was last year. But in this case, they need you as a Republican to affirm your support for them. These are good people. They risk their lives for you. And they risked their lives for you on January the 6th. Just write a quick tweet. Thank them publicly. Let them know how much they mean to you. It'll mean the world to them, and it'll mean a world to their families.
There's something really wrong with you if you were to laugh at them and invalidate what happened and call them actors. There's something really wrong with you.